Hello everybody, it's Steve from housemcfarlintheories, and welcome back to another Season 7 theory. The premise of today's video has to do with Littlefinger and his association with a Valyrian steel weapon. While at this point in the show, he is in ownership of the dagger Catspaw, Arya has been seen in numerous teaser trailers wielding the weapon. As mundane as that may sound, this detail has led some to believe that Arya will kill Littlefinger in episode 4, and there is a great amount of evidence to suggest that this is true. The weapon has made numerous appearances on the series, all stemming from its debut in Season 1. If you recall, a soldier, known as the Catspaw Assassin, was sent to kill Bran Stark. It is unclear who sent him and what their motive was for doing so, but Catelyn managed to defend the attack with Bran's direwolf, Summer. Since that point, it has shuffled around Westeros. The weapon briefly met the hands of Sir Roderick Cassel, but ultimately was gifted from Catelyn to Littlefinger, with whom it has been kept to this day. We saw an appearance of the dagger in a conversation Littlefinger had in King's Landing, and an additional time when he betrayed Ned Stark. The main basis for speculation comes from the fact that Arya Stark has been seen wielding the weapon in teaser trailers. If at the present moment it belongs to Littlefinger, then how will it end up in her hands, and what means will she take to obtain it? It seems unlikely to me that Littlefinger would freely give up on the weapon, so there must be something else going on. The theory complicates even further, given a subtle detail in the episode 4 teaser trailer. Littlefinger is seen unsheathing the weapon, but what could his motive behind it possibly be? This is quite an interesting question to raise, and even though it's nearly impossible to predict Littlefinger's motives, I'll give it my best try. As far as I see it, there are a few major reasons I know of for Littlefinger to be unsheathing the weapon. One possibility has to do with Bran's homecoming in Winterfell. He is now omniscient of everything that has ever happened in the past. For obvious reasons, this threatens Littlefinger, who is hiding major secrets from the Starks. Not only did he betray Ned, but also plotted with Cersei to sell Sansa off to the Boltons. If Bran were to confront Littlefinger about these crimes, it could possibly raise conflict between them, culminating in an assassination attempt. Regardless of whether or not Bran would survive this encounter, we know that the weapon would have to end up in the hands of Arya, and given this detail, it is entirely possible for Arya to defend Bran by killing Littlefinger. Or alternatively, perhaps Nymeria, Arya's direwolf, will do the deed. Another scenario which I personally believe to be more likely was foreshadowed both in last week's episode and in the teaser trailer.
What's the longest winter in the past 100 years?
I'm not entirely certain. I'll check Maester Luwin's records. He kept a copy of every Raven scroll.
The show writers went out of their way to make a point about Sansa reading through Maester Luwin's scrolls. While this could be unrelated, it seems possible that Sansa will discover a secret held by the Boltons. Could she find a scroll with details about Littlefinger's betrayal of Ned, or of his collusion with the Lannisters? It is certainly possible, especially since the teaser trailer has a clip of Sansa reading through the scrolls. I doubt they would feature the scene unless it held some greater significance. In this case, Sansa would have reason enough to be angry with Littlefinger, and if the Stark children agreed to take him out, this would explain why the weapon lends itself into the hands of Arya. Either of these scenarios seem to make sense, as the show has been foreshadowing Littlefinger's death for quite some time now. They have played his character out to be an antagonist, especially in recent episodes where he has tried to influence Sansa into distrusting her own family. Through the last few seasons, he has weaseled his way into Sansa's line of trust, and although he seems to make cunning political moves, I think his character needs to come to an end. After all, since he is trying to pit Sansa against her own family, a poetic conclusion might be for Sansa to unite with Arya and use her newfound assassin skills to take out Littlefinger. An additional possibility is that Brienne will be the one to take out Littlefinger, as she is seen in the teaser swinging her sword in a beheading motion. At this point, it's hard to decipher who will be the killer, but in my opinion, Littlefinger's death is certain either way. Aside from the dagger's link to Littlefinger's death, it may even carry greater significance beyond that. Earlier in the season at the Citadel, the weapon was clearly seen on a page in Sam's book. Coincidentally, this scene was played in conjunction with another, where Sam read about the mines of Dragonglass in Dragonstone. Could this suggest a connection between the weapon and Dragonglass? Well indeed, while the show eludes direct clarification on this, the Song of Ice and Fire books may hold the answer. In the story, the weapon is described as being crafted from a hilt of dragon bone and forged with a blade of Valyrian steel. In addition, a red gem is fashioned to the hilt, completing the weapon's signature appearance. A fellow YouTuber by the name of Because Geek, whose video I will link in the description, managed to come across a key detail in the books. She found that while dragon glass is predominantly black, veins of other colors, including red, exist. So given all this information, it seems likely that the dagger is fused with dragon glass, Valyrian steel, and dragon bone. At this point you may be wondering what significance the composition of the dagger holds, and to answer that question, there are many possibilities. The fact stands that the dagger is crafted with unique materials. Dragon bone is harvested from the shadow lands beyond Ashai, while dragon glass could come from a number of regions all across Westeros, and the ancient metal of Valyrian steel was forged in the height of the Valyrian freehold. A possibility to discuss is that while White Walkers can be killed with dragon glass and Valyrian steel, the Night King may be resistant to such weapons. In this case, Catspaw's unique composition could serve to be the only effective weapon. Another idea which fans have brought up is that the dagger may hold certain healing properties. In Season 6, Benjen Stark is said to have been healed by the Children of the Forest using dragon glass. Furthermore, on the book mentioned earlier in the discussion, where Catspaw is pictured, the text reads that dragon glass carries healing properties. This detail bears a parallel to how the Night King was transformed in the first place, with a dagger of dragon glass to the heart. Perhaps to reverse the process of becoming a White Walker, the dagger's healing properties could be taken into use. These ideas are all just speculative, but raising them may provide some interesting insight on the role of Arya and the dagger in episodes to come. That's it for this theory though, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a rating on the video and post your feedback in the comments section. Which elements of this theory do you see as a possibility, and is there anything you have to add to the discussion? If you're interested in more content, I've been working on an every other day upload schedule, and would sincerely appreciate if you subscribed. I would be honored to reach 500 subscribers by the end of the season, and any support is appreciated. Once more, thanks for watching, and take care.